Upon this seemingly peaceful desert, two savage crusades have been fought by Christians against Muslims. Palestine became a kingdom of the cross, but the tide of battle turned and the Crusaders lost their early gains. Then, in 1191 Anno Domini, the Knights of the Third Crusade rode towards Jerusalem, led by King Richard I of England. Richard of the Lion Heart, a man whose past was filled with deeds of valor, and who now was pledged by religious vow to win back the Holy Land from Saladin. Sultan of the 1,000 tribes of Araby, master of the arts of desert warfare, genius of the methods of swift entrapment.
His castellans prove that these Saracens aren't supernatural. They left a good supper for the crows.
That's true. What?
God be with you, sire.
What is this manner of speech?
Gaelic, sire.
You're a Scot. I despise the breed.
Aye, they've refused to be conquered by England.
I'll wash the Isle of Britain with their blood as soon as I've destroyed the Saracen. Striking down Saracen skirmishers.
Roswell,
Barbarian, don't speak to me in your uncouth tongue. By St. George, there's no majesty here.
Most of the schemers were cautious politicians, but there were some with bolder plans.
In the name of the king.
No. A Saracen arrow. Strike deep. This is no ordinary man. Bid the Teutonic Knights ride west in search of Saracens. A Saracen arrow.
The king has been wounded! Find the assassin!
It was a Saracen arrow!
It was a Saracen arrow.
From a Frankish bow, the search discovered no Saracens.
They hide like foxes.
Saladin's archers have never dealt in poison. Kneel.
Yes, you have the power that rules rulers.
And yet it's the sad truth that one Scottish thistle in the broth could choke us.
The Scot won't trouble us again.
Defend yourself!
Too much knowledge.
We Saracens have ears in the boughs of trees. What else can one expect from madmen who cross the world to fight for an empty sepulchre? You could never teach me to be so mindless as to make goddesses of women.
You make slaves of women.
Ah, wives, slaves. By the laws of Mohammed, the point is too thin to debate.
Do not bring that prophet of Mecca into any talk of womanhood.
Womanhood? I have seen not one of your straw-haired scarecrows I would have in my harem.
What?
I will help you with this Frankish corset.
I'm sure I saw the turban of a Saracen on the top of that date tree.
The Saracen monkey has run out of trees. Spit him on the point of a lance. That will bait the leopard.
Why the Franks make goddesses of women?
Let us get on with the healing.
These strange pale-eyed Goths, they show their hearts like the bumps on a pomegranate. So different from the Saracen, who would need be a spinning dervish to bow down to all his loves.
We are not here to study philosophies.
Indeed, I begin to pity my brethren who seek treasures in quantity instead of quality. Yea, verily. Is not one perfect diamond more warming than 1,000 semi-precious fragments?
By St. Andrew. Is this a medicina or some Persian popinjay? If he lives to make the peace, I command you pass us through. I'm tempted to run you through.
Take care.
or you'll answer to the English soldiers. They hold you responsible for the Saracen.
Can you follow this stupid reasoning?
1,000 gold bezants for this wondrous Saracen.
No, my prince, I accept no gold for Allah's wisdom. Love of a Saracen for a Christian. Think with your Nazarene conscience.
Safer than that love-struck Saracen if I catch him mooning at you.
Go back.
Now listen to me.
I can save the animal from death, but not you from your stupidity.
And put a Saracen arrow in
It
you.
smacks of Highland methods.
And your reasoning smacks of childishness.
You're afraid. Like all cowards who prowl the dark, thieving and wenching. Or lose your own life. That is true, Saracen.
I have chosen that you give me that man's life in return for your life, which I saved. You are no longer a Frankish lobster, but a noble in the camp of the Saracens.
Why, you're a scheming fox.
No, merely a poor Saracen.
The Saracen ambassador arrives.
He must not see this disunity.
Your Saracen Excellency will be entertained in His Highness Pavilion.
His Highness forgets that I'm no longer a Knight of the Cross, but a Saracen. An alliance of Islam and Christendom against all powers of ambitious greed. No Saracen physician. The man was Saladin. He breaks with many Saracen traditions.
The Plantagenets with the might of the Saracen.
Edith, listen to me.
Manhood springs from Scotland. A race of petty bargainers.
Silence! Let me think. This is not so bitter a fruit to swallow. Has not the flower of Spain been wed with cavaliers of the East?
Fetch Saracen horses. We'll meet you at the rear of this pavilion. The Saracen nobles have departed the camp, and the Lady Edith is nowhere to be found. One report has it that they were seen entering her tent with gifts. Another that they were crossing the valley, homeward.
That dog of darkness.
I'll have a look at the Saracen tent.
This lunatic fancies that some Frankish woman was stolen by men of Islam.
Your Saracens carried her away.
The Lady Edith? Impossible.
Remove those Saracen robes, or we'll be prey to our own castellans. There are Saracens ahead. We must turn back and try to gain the high road to the castle.
The great Lord Saladin would never take what isn't his.
Everything upon this land of mine is mine. And yet there is that chivalry which I have tried to learn from robbers who came to steal an empire from me. It is a wise man who does not spread too much wisdom. But I have learned so much. I have learned that I am a Saracen, completely and forever.
By St. George.
By St. Andrew.
Never trust a Scot.